I on? Well, hello there. It's me without the collar. I've been watching some posts and some comments going on. Some about some of my posts that I've been reposting, and just some regular ones. But I re-listened to one of mine on spiritualists, for the spiritualists, part 2, and it made me think. I just gotta open my big mouth one more time, because I'm angry. I'm angry at all you people out there that preach this love and hope, and we can do it. I mean, I even did this at one time. I even said, hey, one person at a time, we can do it. But you know what? Time's getting late. Time's disappearing. And so are the people. People are caring more about themselves now more than ever, because they see the change that's about to occur. And instead of sacrificing, they're being assholes and care more about themselves and screw everybody else. I mean, if you think about life, what's the worst thing that could happen to you in life is what? Death. Do you remember where you were before you were born? Do you think you know where you're going after you're dead? I like to look at it this way. All my foreparents, my forefathers, all that kind of stuff, my whole family before me that died, hey, they had the balls to do it, whether it was their choice or not. So hey, I can do it too. So that takes away that fear of the unknown. It seems more like it would be an exciting jump, an exciting change, like going on a roller coaster, and you never know what's going to happen because you never been on that roller coaster before. You live, you die. And in between, you do the best that you can for yourself and others. And I'm finding that the closer we get to the great change, the more people are caring more about themselves. Sort of like a joke I heard once. There was this very, very, very old man, and he was on his deathbed. And he prayed to God that he would do so much for humanity and give them so much if he could only do one thing. And that was take this footlocker full of gold bars to heaven with him. I mean, he would build hospitals with all the rest of his money. He would take care of the sick, feed the hungry. He would donate everything he had towards mankind if he could just take this one footlocker of gold to heaven with him. And he asked that of God. And God said, well, I'm not too sure about that, because, you know, when you come to heaven, you're not allowed to bring anything with you. But I'll make an exception, because you're going to be so kind towards humanity that I'm going to let you bring this footlocker of gold up with you. So when you die, which will be soon, you just tell St. Peter that it's okay, for you to bring this Foot Locker. And I'll have it all taken care of, and you can just come right in. So he went ahead and he donated all his money, and he started building on a new wing of a hospital, and he started pantries to feed people, and he did everything, but he just kept that one locker of gold. And the day came when he died, and he found himself at the pearly gates, him and his Foot Locker. And St. Peter looked down at him and he said, "What the hell is that you're carrying with you?" And he said, "Oh, that's my Foot Locker." And St. Peter said, "Well, I'm sorry, but when you come to heaven, you can't bring anything with you." And he said, "Oh, no, wait a second. This is okay. If you get on the holier than thou phone, I'm sure you can talk to God, because we had an agreement. And I know God will not break his promise. I can go ahead and bring this in, because I've done my part before I died." And St. Peter said, "Well, hold on a second, let me check." And he went into the little booth he's got, picked up the red phone. And yeah, okay, all right, yeah, okay, all right, no problem, okay, all right. And he came back out and he said, "Okay, you know what, God said it's okay, but I got to still see what you got in the Foot Locker." And the guy said, "No problem." And he opened up the Foot Locker, and there was glowing gold bars. Millions of dollars worth of gold bars. And St. Peter started laughing his ass off. And the guy looked and he said, "Well, what's so funny about that?" St. Peter looked at him, he said, "Of all the things that you could have brought with you to heaven, you had to bring pieces of sidewalk. Because didn't you know? Everything is paved in gold in heaven." So anyway, all yous that think you're going to take something with you, and all yous that think that all your deeds on earth, why don't you start doing something? Why don't you feed the hungry? Why don't you take 2 sandwiches to work and give one to someone on the street? Why don't you just give a kind word? Why don't you say thank you to somebody when they do something for you? Because we have become a society of we think about nothing but ourselves. And it's become a disgrace. And when the great change comes, where will you be, and what price will you pay, and what's going to happen afterward? So, just a thought, a spiritual thought. I believe in a higher power. I believe we're all part of that higher power. I believe we are our own gods, our goddesses. I believe we are all part of it, separated by nothing. We are part of the earth. We are part of the heaven. We are part of the sky. We are part of the ground. We are part of the trees. We are part of each other. Well, why don't we just share that? If it's just a, "Hey, how you doing today?" If it's just a, "Hey, I bought 2 of these. I don't need them both. Why don't you have one?" Just share. If it's a kind word, if it's a meal, if it's an ear to listen to somebody bitch, moan, groan, and complain and let their pain out before they decide they want to go somewhere and let their pain out in a different way. Can't we all find one simple little way? Because I think personally it's too late. And I would like you to prove me wrong. I would like you all out there that watch this to pay it forward, to spread the word, and say, let's each do one kind deed. Because I think it's too late. I think we're already on that roller coaster, been for hell and high water. But I would like you to prove me wrong. I would love you to prove me wrong. So don't get angry at me. This is just my opinion and my thoughts. If you are one who does that, then this does not apply to you. If you are one who thinks only about yourself, then you probably won't even give a shit about what I'm saying anyway. You probably won't even watch the video because you're not interested in it. But if it gets through to one person more that changed, one person more that changed and changed one person more's life. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw that at you. Throw your comments back at me. That's what we're here for. To share. So, all I got left to say is, may your higher power go with you, and I'm out of here.